This is the Pop Tournaments podcast. In Pop Tournaments, we take a category of pop culture and let you, the fans, vote on matchups in a single elimination tournament format to determine an ultimate champion. We are here to discuss those results and the upcoming matchups. Thanks to our great community and everybody who votes, let's start the show. Ryan?
Yes, Jacob?
Is the water warm enough?
Yes, Jacob.
Shall we begin?
Yes, Jacob.
Hello, hello, hello. This is the Pop Tournaments podcast. Oh, we're going to give you every cliche over this entire tournament. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing that with me. That was I've looked forward to that since I was probably 4 years old.
Dreams
used to
coming
listen
true.
to that used to listen to that soundtrack every Sunday morning. That and Alice Cooper. That's how we got ready for church on Sunday morning with my family. So, hello, welcome back to the Pop Tournaments podcast. It is March 22nd, 2021, and a big, huge thank you to everybody and a shout out to both of you. It's our 40th episode.
Is it? Oh my gosh! Hey!
A big 40, right? Ryan turned 40 earlier this year. Now Pop Tournaments.
It's our
turns
golden
40
episode.
Episodes.
Yeah.
Golden? Is that it?
I
No.
turned 40. It's the 40th episode. I think
Sure,
that means
we
it's
could
the
call
golden
it that.
episode.
Sure, okay.
Sure.
I thought you were referring to like anniversaries. I'm like, isn't 50 like the golden?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Nobody keeps track of those things. Hello, we're getting way off track.
Already.
Welcome back.
We're 2 minutes in.
Who knew?
2 minutes, including a weird stage performance to begin.
Well, that was so confusing to me when you guys are practicing it and then again.
Oh.
And now there's a dog outcry out here. I knew this was going to happen, but hey, it happens. If anybody can hear that in the background, I apologize.
Yeah.
But we've got Ryan Barrett,
What's happening, everybody?
Jennifer Schmidt.
Hi, friends.
Oh my God, I'm so excited that you guys are here. I'm Jake Wicker. I don't know why I'm here. This thing could go on easily without me, but we are back for another episode. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. We've got so much Prince talk to do.
We do.
For those, okay, so Jen, that's one you will come upon, I guess. That is the intro to a song by Prince.
Okay. That's what I was guessing at the second time around.
From Wendy and Lisa, but we'll let you find
Discover that
on
next
your
week.
own.
Yep.
A fun one indeed. But yeah, we're back once again, and I'm so happy to be talking with you guys. But before we get into the tournament, it is Monday. Want to see how everything's been. Ryan, what's been happening?
Well, I have had quite an eventful week. I got vaccinated, my first
Yay!
vaccination shot
Yes.
on Wednesday. It was the Pfizer shot. And
All right.
on Thursday, woke up feeling, like sick-ish, like
Yeah.
flu-like symptoms. And it literally has not stopped. And I think by this point, I'm thinking it probably wasn't. It's not even the shot. Like, I think I must have just, like, caught a bug or something.
Yeah.
I did go in and get tested. It's not COVID.
Awesome.
But so I've been sick since Thursday. Whether or not it's a reaction to the shot, I still don't know. But
Yeah.
I almost dinged you on that Pfizer shot. I thought you were like endorsing them, and now I'm worrying that you throwing them under the bus. I'm
no.
No.
I will say,
I'm just kidding.
I'm so pro-vax that I didn't I refused to take any time off work. When I got it done, I was like, there's all this, anybody saying that I need to worry about any side effects. I'm taking it with a grain of salt because I know that, the vast majority of people who are getting this are saying there's zero side effects, especially with the first shot. So
Yeah.
I wasn't
Yeah.
worried about it at all. And then that's not how it worked out for me. So
But yeah, if it's longer than like 12 hours, I'm guessing it might be just those
Yeah.
bugs, those springtime bugs that always go around.
yeah,
And then you just add in the extra stress on your body from, being allergic to all that, spring, like you said, Jen, springtime stuff and just all those extra things coming at you.
sure.
But I'm glad you're feeling good enough to be here. So maybe you've had some time to kind of rest up and
Yeah, well,
Veg out?
I had to work through some of it, so that was kind of a bummer. But I was able to do some viewing. We did knocked a couple things off our list this weekend that we kind of filed under the hate watch category, and one of them turned out to be a little more pleasant than we thought, and one of them turned out to be probably less pleasant than we thought. The one that was less pleasant than we thought was Hillbilly Elegy.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
We kind of figured,
People are torn.
what's that?
Oh, people are kind of torn on their opinion on that. Like a lot of people are saying, I think, kind of going your way, and a lot of people are going completely the opposite way. Sorry.
Well,
I was just trying to.
I've heard it's very sappy, kind
Very
of
Oscar baity.
very Oscar baity, exactly. And it's just like the most Oscar baity movie you can imagine. Like it seems like such a cash grab / award grab. I mean, Ron Howard, Glenn Close, and Amy Adams doing like a recent book adaptation about
Of a book that it was either an Oprah or a Reese Witherspoon book club book, I think.
Yep. And the two lead actresses both they have like a physical transformation to make themselves look very homely.
Are you trying to a million little pieces this thing?
Yeah. No, it's very bad. From like 3 minutes into the movie, I paused it and I'm like, this is really bad, right? And Becky was like, yeah, this is really bad. But it feels like a Hallmark movie. Like it's that level of cheesiness and just like, it's really not good.
All right. Okay. I just heard so many different things. Like I've heard some people say like it's intentionally that way. Like that's part of what it's. So I don't know.
Not the case. I would say whoever's saying it's good, you shouldn't pay attention to their taste. And
I'm not saying those people said it was good. Never mind.
I'm sorry. That's my blockbuster. My blockbuster clerk side is coming out again.
I love it. I love Blockbuster Ryan.
We also watched the Snyder Cut. All 4 hours of it.
Same.
And
All right, I got 20 minutes to go.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't hate it as much as I thought I would.
Yeah.
We were kind of going into it like, let's watch it as an experience. I honestly was kind of like, I feel like I need to watch this so I can talk about it on the podcast. And it was, I have not seen a lot of the other movies in the DC cinematic universe. I hadn't seen Batman v Superman, which was kind of the immediate predecessor
Setup.
to this movie. But I don't know. It's very long. But I didn't love it. I wouldn't recommend it. But
you didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it. And for a 4-hour movie, that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
And I will say, as somebody who often has too much time on their hands and tries to fill it with, good things instead of bad, I have seen all of the DC Universe movies, just never at the peak of their, excitement. Always just, that's where it came from. But I said I had already seen the original, and Ryan, you said the aforementioned BVS.
Yes.
Like I said, I've got 20 minutes to go, but I have to agree. I like this better. I don't think it would have made more money or anything. Like, nobody's gonna sit down for a 4-hour movie.
No, this definitely would not have made more money. It probably would have made less.
Yeah.
But I think now, if they were to, I think it would work really well in like either breaking it up into 2 parts, maybe,
Like Endgame.
or doing something like a
Just a nice edit.
Do you remember? Do you remember when The Hateful Eight came out and they did that roadshow thing where like they they had like an intermission and it was a big thing. Like I think tickets were like $30 or something. Like it was a big
let the super fans do their thing.
Yeah.
And...
everybody gets a free poster that's like or like a program. It's a big deal, and like maybe you play it once or twice a day at like a couple theaters in every city. I think it could be really successful in that kind of a format, but definitely, just a regular 4-hour movie. You're not going to get anybody who's not a diehard Zack Snyder fan to come in and sit down for 4 hours.
Well, there, Ryan is advertising getting together in large groups. He's
and sitting in in a theater packed full of diehard Zack Snyder fans.
Yeah,
that would be a big pass from me. And I've done 24 hours of movies before the theater, but I think I would. A theater full of Zack Snyder fans is like my personal hell.
Yeah.
Right.
They're a very healthy fan base.
Well, so that took up another 4 hours. I'm not skipping over anything from your weekend, am I?
No, not really. I think that's that's about it. Those are the highlights.
Any tasty takeout?
No.
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 Not
I mean,
lately.
yes. There was takeout. Nothing.
Nothing crazy though. Nothing new. Jen, tasty takeout?
I had sushi, so it was very tasty.
Ooh.
Yep. And Steve and John were out of town at the in-laws for the weekend, so I was kind of alone, hence going out and getting sushi, because I'm the only one in my house that eats that. And just got a lot of stuff done around the house, and watched an entire show that was also kind of a hate watch that was like, well, that was very watchable. But I watched it from start to finish. Ginny and Georgia, or it's Georgia and Ginny. It's one of those newer Netflix shows that's probably autoplays. Like sometimes when you log on to Netflix, they pushed it pretty hard.
When you've had too much white wine and the Netflix just keeps playing.
Yeah.
Oh, but go. So what? Hate watch?
Well, super watchable. Like it's 10 episodes, and I definitely just like watched them kind of straight through over the 2 days while I was doing stuff around the house. It's going for kind of a like updated, slightly edgier Gilmore Girls vibe. They even have like a line in the first episode, like we're like the Gilmore Girls except with bigger boobs. So, it's the mom who had a daughter really young, and it's them, and they're in this new, like, adorable small town. Jason Street from Friday Night Lights is the mayor of the town.
I'm into that.
Yep. So,
wow. Yep. High five, Ryan.
So it's super engaging and interesting and fast moving. It has some really great lines, but it's definitely one of those shows where no one in the show at any point like behaves like a regular person does. Gotcha. Or talks like an actual person. Like it's even kind of farther removed, I think, from reality than Gilmore Girls was. This one's trying to be edgier. We've got, I don't want to give away too much in case other people want to watch it or they've been meaning to watch it, but there's definitely some like past murders and like in the past, so that'll come up more in season 2, I imagine. So yeah, but if you want to watch an unrealistic show set in a small town starring Scott Porter from Friday Night Lights. I would recommend Heart of Dixie instead of this one. Heart of Dixie is pretty great. So I would go that direction to get your Scott Porter fix. Because he's in that too, and that one's adorable. I really enjoyed all of that show. This one, I mean, I'll watch season 2, but it's not great.
One step below Heart of Dixie, 2 steps below Heart of Dixie.
I would give it like 2 to 3 steps below Heart of Dixie. This one really doesn't have, yeah.
But
watch it.
If you're not into big boob, or if you're into big boobs or Jason Street,
still go Heart of Dixie. Because then you've got Summer from the OC. Yeah, you've got Cress Williams, also from Friday Night Lights. He's on Heart of Dixie. He's one of the main characters. He's the mayor there, and he used to be on Living Single. And so, yeah, go Heart of Dixie instead.
So this is a specific recommendation if you've worn out
if
your
you've
Heart
watched
of Dixie
all
DVDs.
of Gilmore Girls and you've watched all of Heart of Dixie and you want something like that
3 times over,
then
now
go to this one. That's a pretty big segment of people that I know that have watched all of those other 2 shows. So then you can do this one while you're doing housework.
Or that's what I was gonna say. Or this is a good housework.
It's a good when you've got other stuff going on, but you want something kind of fun and fast moving to watch. Yes.
Yeah, because you don't want something that's gonna distract you from your.
No, you don't want to think
that happens.
too much. Yeah.
I'm doing the dishes, and then all of a sudden I'm like,
yeah.
no, I need to hear what just got said.
Yeah,
I need
this
to
one
read
you don't really need
subtitles.
to.
Why am I watching a foreign film while I'm doing the dishes?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You don't know I can't understand foreign films. Don't give me that much credit. Well, I do have to ask though, Jen. I think you've told us you're not going to be here next week.
No, I'm busy next weekend. I'm taking a week off.
We're and you deserve a week off. You deserve a million weeks off for having to put up with me, and maybe about 2 weeks off for having to put up with Ryan. But before that happens, I believe you have a birthday coming up.
I do have a birthday. It's on Friday.
I am so excited for your birthday. I was so excited. I reached out to our friends at VH1.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And said, can you reach out to some of our celebrity friends and get some, birthday wishes from celebrities for our good friend Jen? And they said, sure, we're gonna put the word out.
Oh.
And we got a few responses. I hope you're excited.
I am.
You look excited. The first one that came in, actually, you're gonna love this. Hello, fellow Jennifer and birthday twin. I hope you have the time of your life.
Yeah, Jennifer Gray.
That's from Jennifer Gray. Sent that in for you.
Birthday.
And amazing.
What a sport.
Wishing you a happy birthday and sending my favorite recipe for fingers. Excuse me, I mean chicken fingers. That's from Army Hammer. He likes to share his recipes.
They really went after the A-listers.
This one was a little weird. It's just what looks like a picture of like a to-go food container that's been run over a few times.
Okay. Oh God.
And it says HBD Jared Leto.
Okay.
Apparently he thinks you guys are in a movie together. He's sending you weird messages.
Yep.
We represent the legal team of Miss Diana Ross on behalf of Miss Ross. We insist that Miss Schmidt and Miss Gray, otherwise known as the two Jennifers, immediately cease and desist any and all birthday celebrations on or around March 26th. Miss Ross, she does like to sue.
She does. Yeah, she's a talented lady, though. I wouldn't want to get on her bad side.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you're going to recognize this last one. We'll see. Pretty big one though. Civilization is like a thin layer of ice upon an ocean of chaos and darkness. We continue each day in a never-ending, arbitrary counting of seconds, minutes, days, and years. The universe is monstrously indifferent to our existence, but I am yet compelled to offer my happiness as you have made yet another revolution around 1 in a billion stars while on this completely random planetary body. That was Werner Herzog, famed director.
Yes.
Really knows how to put it into words.
He does.
But
he's a unique fellow.
Do you have any fun birthday plans?
Yeah. Rebecca, Ryan's wife, Rebecca, has figured out she's the person who knows fun places to go. So, meeting up with some friends. Hopefully it's not raining for some patio beers. Yep. And then my parents are coming into town next week. So, thinking we might get an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen.
Nice.
I know, right?
Well, as a final birthday gift, I'm going to explain to you, or excuse me, mansplain to you how the Cold Stone cake is superior to the Dairy Queen cake, because I reached out to your wonderful husband, Steve, and he told me your favorite thing in the world was the patriarchy and mansplaining.
Those are my favorite things.
The Cold Stone cake is superior because I am just kidding. Actually, I'm only 75% kidding. That's what he said. Shout out to you, Steve.
Yep, shout out to Steve. He'll be
I
listening.
made you look so cool. No. We are seriously hoping that you have a absolutely fantastic birthday, and we also hope that you are celebrating the anniversary of Joseph Smith's first vision that led him to what is now the modern Mormon religion.
Oh, absolutely.
That is what you share an anniversary with. So.
Well, the Book of Mormon is one of my favorite musicals, so
See?
I've never seen it.
give that an extra spin. Help.
It always ties back to TLC. We'll get to that later. But what we have to get to... Oh, real quick. I am so sorry. One more thing before the Prince tournament. We forgot last week. A big shout out to Ben Wyatt and Leslie Knope.
Oh, yeah.
The winners, excuse me, of our 21st Century Love Tournament. It was such a close matchup.
It was.
I was going back and forth between David and Patrick and Leslie Knope and Ben Wyatt as my 1 and 2 before we went into this tournament. So I think a lot of people, wanted a different result, but with the overall tournament, we can all be really happy with the way that went.
Mm-hmm. I think they're pretty, all of our top ones were pretty awesome, and
it was just
a
super
great
cool.
final. Yeah,
everything. Yeah, so on to the second half of our Pringles tournament. We've got right at the top. It's funny that we're starting out this way. 2 of the probably dirtiest songs in the Prince repertoire. I don't know why I'm sounding like... I'm not doing that. Never mind. We've got Darling Nikki from Purple Rain versus Pussy Control from The Gold Experience. And I've been listening to both these songs and going back and forth. I don't know how I'm going to vote. Jen, do you have an opinion right off the top?
Well, we were kind of talking about this before, but I was just listening to the You're Wrong About podcast about Tipper Gore versus the music industry in the 90s and how late 80s, I don't know. And how Darling Nikki was really kind of what spurned that, because her daughter asked her to buy the album of Purple Rain, and Tipper Gore went to the store, probably a Sam Goody, I imagine, and bought that album and then heard the song Darling Nikki and was like, what? We shouldn't let children buy this filth. And that's why now we have those little warning labels on our CDs and albums. Long story short. So, and then anyways, listen to the You're Wrong About podcast. It's great anyways, and they have a 2-parter on this, and it's pretty wonderful.
I love that you brought that up because we all know the labels that are there nowadays, but it actually was different for like the first, what was it, like 9 months, like 12 months. They had a little bit different label, and I discovered that doing my research.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Behind that. So, yeah, the old warning labels. But, yeah, it's going to be tough because both these songs are warning label songs. Ryan, what do you...
Well, I think Darling Nikki is the superior song, personally. Okay. I think, that they definitely both, have that kind of headline appeal. And it's a strong matchup. But for me, it's not, if you listen to these songs side by side, I think Darling Nikki is a much more compelling, interesting song. Pussy Control is kind of a fun, story, and it's got, I don't know, it's cool. And, like I said, it grabs your attention because,
the name, yeah.
The words, the title, but it's Darling Nikki is just so much more like provocative than Pussy Control is as like a story,
Right. And, aside from one specific word, it's kind of more provocative in lyrics.
Yeah.
Also. But I will say, like, it's weird. I remember my parents allowing me to listen to the Purple Rain album over and over and over again in the early days, and never, they never did anything about it. Like, this was just another song that I listened to. They didn't have any sort of, objection to it.
They didn't do earmuffs.
Right. No earmuffs. But also, one thing that you had brought up last week, what I will say about Pussy Control, I think it's one of Prince's better rap songs.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
He's definitely, he's been hit or miss with those, and I think this is definitely one of the hits when it comes to him, like, doing more of the rapping lyrics. So I love that you made this matchup.
Thank you.
I will also say, like, I think this is perfect. This is one of those ones where, yeah, you could have spaced it out differently, but this is the matchup everybody wants. You don't want to wait for it to kind of happen. So, yeah, it should be a fun one. Then we're gonna have "When You Were Mine" from Dirty Mind in 1980 up against "If I Was Your Girlfriend" from 1987. Very, very interesting matchup. "When You're Mine," a very iconic song. Lots of covers. You had Cyndi Lauper doing it. You had Tegan and Sara doing it years later. Jen, are you familiar with either of these?
Not offhand, so I'm looking forward to that matchup and listening.
I think maybe you again, you'll probably recognize the Prince one, but I think maybe you might recognize the Cyndi Lauper one.
Yeah.
It's kind of made it into the background of a few things.
Yeah.
But Ryan, what do you think here?
This is one of the toughest matchups in the tournament for me. "When You Are Mine" has always been one of my favorite Prince songs. It's just such a, like, I hate to use this word again. I know we talked about we used it in reference to Raspberry Beret last week, but this is like one of those perfect pop songs. It has kind of a Elvis Costello vibe, but the lyrics are so great. I love, like, the imagery. My favorite line in this song is when he says, "When you were mine, I used to let you wear all my clothes." I don't know why that just, like, that just like rings so true to me, you know.
Well, he was a little guy, and you got to.
He was. I'm sure that he shared lots of clothes with his girlfriends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was just.
But
No, that's a great line. Yeah.
If I Was Your Girlfriend is one of those songs that I wasn't as familiar with before recently, and right now it's like on heavy rotation. Like I can't stop listening to it. I love this song so much. And I think this, again, lyrically, this song is just a knockout. So good. And like, again, I feel like there's a lyric about, yes, there's a lyric in this song too, where he says, would you let me dress you? Not that you need help, but, or not that you're helpless, but that's what best friends are supposed to do, or something like that. Like, it's just a great line. And all the lyrics in this song are incredible. But yeah, this is the toughest matchup, I think, in round one for me. And another thing, TLC covered this song on the album Crazy Sexy Cool.
The Thomas Lake Collective.
Yeah, the Thomas Lake Collective.
There's lots of TLCs out there. You just gotta look for them. No, it is a tough matchup, and Ryan, I have to completely agree with you with what you said. I actually got to go a little further with when you remind, like, it's like a perfect like rock song. It doesn't fit into any sort of, it's presented in a certain way, but it doesn't really fit into any sort of genre. It feels like a song that any sort of garage band
Totally.
I'm not taking away from Prince by any means here, no, but like it just feels like one of those songs that you could easily like come up with, like, oh my god, this is, and it's such a banger, and like how didn't somebody come up with it beforehand? And I will say about If I Was Your Girlfriend, I didn't know that Wendy had a twin sister and that Prince was for a time engaged to her, and I will not delve anywhere deeper into that because I don't want to get into rumor. I will.
Another thing, though, that's amazing about If I Was Your Girlfriend is, going back to kind of where we left off last week, talking about how amazing Prince is with his, the things he did with like gender and sexuality. And this is one of those songs where he kind of, is playing with gender, and it's very effective. So yeah, side note, but
oh no, the song was originally meant for a side project in which it was a more androgynous representation. So you nailed that 100%. I mean,
but yeah,
getting in
I honestly, this is split vote city for me. I think I'm probably going to vote If I Was Your Girlfriend just because it's going to need more help, but I'm hoping that it's just a really close matchup.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these, I think that's with a lot of these first round matchups where they might look like heavy landslides. It's just more of, I just slightly leaned that way, and then when we get into the second round, it's going to be absolute chaos. So, speaking of absolute chaos, perfect segue. Thank you, both of you, for setting that up. We've got the Purple Rain Showdown.
Yep.
I Would Die for You versus Baby, I'm a Star. I personally am going to lean a little bit to Baby, I'm a Star because there was like 2.5 years where it was in my vocal range for karaoke and I had a bunch of extra time on my hand, but oh man, these are both perfect songs. Jen, I mean, these are big. These are big ones from the movie.
Right. Yeah. No, I don't know right now. I'm gonna have to like wait until that day at noon when it goes live and listen to them then, and then just like vote immediately. Like that's my plan. Like which one?
I
like
love it.
just like yeah.
What does your
In
gut
that
say?
moment, am I leaning towards? Yep. Not gonna overthink it. Just gonna go with my gut. Yep.
You should start a side podcast where you just give reviews of the videos
Yeah.
of these songs.
Of the Prince song. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, there's some great songs with some crappy videos. Neither of these. Sorry, we're getting off topic, but Ryan, what do you think here?
This is another really tough one. I honestly don't know. I don't know which way I lean right now. I mean, I Would Die For You I think of as more of like a classic Prince song, as a classic Purple Rain song. I think of Baby I'm a Star as kind of like one of the like deep cuts on the album. I do not think of I Would Die For You as a deep cut. I think of that as one of like the headline songs from Purple Rain. But Baby I'm a Star is just such a banger. It's like it's so like energetic, and on that album especially, it's like the punctuation mark at the end where it's just like boom, like just grabs you by the collar and like shakes you. And I mean, it's kind of like, you know, James Brown-esque or something like that, you know, where it's just so like energetic. And yeah, it's amazing. I love Baby I'm a Star, but I Would Die For You is just ingrained in me. That's one of those songs I've been listening to since I was 4 years old.
The thing with Baby I'm a Star is, you know, if Let's Go Crazy didn't exist, Baby I'm a Star would have been the lead. That would have been the lead song instead. So it's, yeah. Again, we're talking about an, you know, once a, you know, millennium album. So after that, we've got You've Got the Look from Sign of the Times, 1987, up against another Purple Rain banger, The Beautiful Ones. I think You Got the Look would be a heavy contender if it wasn't up against this song.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like and this is gonna be the thing as we get into the second round, like we've said, but oh man. The Beautiful Ones is just such a nobody can touch it. Like Ryan, you talked about last time when we were looking at doing a bunch of Prince covers, and even in our weird attempts at it, you can't get close to just how perfect of a song it really was. Jen, I know I don't, or I should say I don't know if you've seen some of the comments referring to this song on the page, but have you had a chance to listen to it yet?
I have not the like re-listen to it. Like I think these are both songs. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I know these songs, but I haven't done a recent listen. So, and I haven't judged them by their music videos yet. So,
yeah, I get that. Interesting. I know You Got the Look definitely got a professional video, but I don't know if the beautiful ones might just be a concert.
It didn't.
Yep.
It's definitely not a single. You Got the Look, I really enjoy. I think that's a fun song. The lyrics are kind of corny, but they are sexy. You know what I mean? Very like in your face. You know, it's like it's a sex song, and unapologetically, but it's like you said, Jake. I think that if the Beautiful Ones goes down in the first round to You Got the Look, there's going to be a lot of people clicking unsubscribe. There's going to be a lot of people clicking unsubscribe to Pop Tournaments, I think, because that's how passionate people are about the Beautiful Ones. That's one of those songs that I think, like, you know, if you ask 100 diehard Prince fans, I bet 25% will say The Beautiful Ones is his best song. You know, maybe that's high. I don't know.
And I think Beautiful Ones moves on, but I do think it's probably closer than people expect. And I also will say, this might have been the perfect timing wise. So that was from You Got the Look was from 1987. I believe She-Ra came out in 1987 after He-Man had debuted in like 1984, and we also had Sheila E on the drums and Sheena Easton, actually uncredited but in there on the backup vocals. I did love the girl power in this song, and it is like it's definitely like a Sheila E drums song. Like when you listen to it, and yeah, it's just it's a tough pairing. It's Loyola, Illinois. I don't know if anybody gets that reference, but no. Again, it unfortunately we've got no easy matchups even in the first round. So, but I do agree with both of you guys. I think The Beautiful Ones probably moves on. Jumping into the last quarter of our matchups, we have Seven from the Love Symbol album in 1992 versus Uptown from the Dirty Mind album in 1980. And I think this is, again, it's just, where do you fall in your Prince fandom? Very, very popular songs. Jen, thoughts yet?
Nope. These might be ones where I'm like, oh yeah, I know this song, but I definitely don't know them like offhand.
I'm guessing you will recognize Seven.
Yeah.
I don't think you would recognize Uptown, but I mean that's my guess from the fact that like you were into pop culture in the 90s, and Uptown was not really like in the zeitgeist. I don't think outside of
No, there it went.
when it came out, unless you were like specifically into Prince.
No, I was specifically into Madonna. But...
Yeah. I bet you will know Seven. I personally, I think that I would have setting up this tournament, I looked at this matchup and I probably would have said I lean Seven, but it's really close for me. Now, re-listening to everything, I'm definitely going Uptown.
Oh, see,
I think Seven is like a fun song. It's cool, but it's definitely post-peak Prince, and Uptown is like peak Prince. And Uptown's just like, again, like Dirty Mind is just such a great album, and like Uptown is just such an amazing song, and just like the refrain, the hook, everything, like it's just so it's so great. It's such a great anthem for, one of the iconic neighborhoods in Minneapolis. So
yeah,
I love it.
Well,
it always pumps me up listening to it.
Well, as Jen's husband Steve has alluded to, she loves mansplaining. So let me jump off of Ryan's point here and continue to explain these two songs. Sorry, no, Ryan,
it's
I
fine
wasn't throwing
if
you
it's
under the
something
bus.
that I don't know. I get really
No.
mad when men explain things to me that I already know, and especially
I
when
was
they
already
continue
feeling bad
explaining
about
things to
everything.
me when I've told them that I already know. That's
Hey,
that's when it's my
your-
favorite.
Your husband told us what you love, so
Yep.
I have to disagree with Ryan. Actually, like I love Uptown. I think it's a fun song. It's a fun dancey song, but I think Seven is the better song. I think again it's got a lot more instrumentation. Obviously, it's it's later in Prince's career. Uptown was an early 1980 song, so obviously a different sound. But I think if I'm just thinking about which song I want to hear more and which song makes me happier, I think it's Seven, and I think Seven is what moves on here. But I think and
you're
I
right.
hope.
I think Seven will move on.
Well, now you got me cheering for Uptown, because I want this to be the closest. I want this to be one of the closest matches we have. I think again, you did a great job with the tournament. So, personally, going into our next match, though, I am 100% on one side and one side only. So we have I Want to Be Your Lover from Prince, 1979. His second album, but really his first big hit, the thing that started it all, going up against Money Don't Matter Tonight, which on a lot of, like, if you do some research or you do a Google search, a lot of people put this in like the top 10 Prince songs ever, from Diamonds and Pearls, 1991. Fantastic album. Should be a really, really tough matchup, but I am 100% behind I Want to Be Your Lover.
Yeah, me too. And
Yeah.
I'm one of those people too who I think Money Don't Matter Tonight is an amazing song. I love it. And that's one of those songs that I've listened to a ton since we started doing this tournament.
Putting together.
And I love it. But I Want to Be Your Lover is just unimpeachable. And that jam session, when it like goes off into the instrumental portion of the song, is just so funky and so cool. Like, and the kind of fun wordplay with like the word come in the song, like when he says, I want to make you come run in. And it's just classic. That's like a preview of like the rest of his career, you know what I mean? But yeah, he's just awesome. And this is this is the first great Prince song. Although I believe his first album was the one that had the song that Shaka Khan made famous. I'm drawing a blank on the name now, but it's on the. I'm not gonna pull it, but there's a song that Shaka Khan covered and became a huge hit in the '80s, and that was on the first Prince album.
Right. No. But this was his
This was his first hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
just saying so.
Yeah, you are saying so. You want to fight about it?
Mm-mm.
Aw. I'm just kidding. I'm excited to, Jen. I'm excited to see what you think about these two songs, because Ryan did a really good matchup here also, where I think Money Don't Matter Tonight, I think it would have been a bigger hit nowadays. There's so many of these songs that like sound like they could have been like huge hits for Bruno Mars or somebody like, like as Prince always was writing things. So I'm excited to see what moves on and what you think about it, but no choice yet.
Not yet.
Well, that's Money Don't Matter Tonight, so I'm not going to try and bribe you into voting for one or the other. Now, we've got, as opposed to our last episode, we had a lot of like huge hits, and there's a lot of hits in this entire tournament. But in these last three matchups, we've got some really big songs going up against each other already. So we have 1999, the title album from 1999, in 1982. So I'm just glad I didn't mix up my words there. Going up against Cream, again from the Diamonds and Pearls album in 1991. 1999, what a fantastic story. Say what you will about how cliche the song is, but so well written. Jen, where were you on 1999?
I've always thought it was kind of annoying. But, being in high school, like graduating 2000, like you heard that
where
song
were you on New Year's
all
Eve?
the time. So,
where were you when Y2K went down?
Oh gosh.
Oh, don't tell me you don't remember.
I don't totally remember. I think I was in my friend Billy's basement. I think he had a party.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I had that Nintendo game, Billy's Basement.
Yeah, I think 1999 is boring.
Okay.
Or like overdone, just kind of, a little annoying at this point. It's probably very cool in 1982.
Well, we'll see what happens when you hear Cream.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever get whipped cream on your coffee drinks?
I don't drink coffee.
Oh. Okay, do you get whipped cream on your smoothies?
No. No, I'm trying
Sundays?
to think when the last time. Yeah, maybe.
Shakes?
Occasionally. Yeah. A little
Vanilla
bit of
wafers?
pie. Yeah. Maybe.
Apple pie?
No. No, but like some other kind of fruit pie. Not apple pie. That doesn't need anything else. It's delicious on its own.
I will say this is one of those.
How about you, Ryan?
Sorry, I felt some dead air. I just
No,
felt
no,
like I
you're
needed to
not.
jump in.
You don't want to hear more of my opinions on pie?
This is one of my least favorite matchups, I think. This is just one of those groupings that I'm like, I don't really love either of these songs. I probably lean 1999 just because, ever since I was little, I knew like that's my graduating class. Mm-hmm. And so I always was like, oh, it's so cool. There's like a song about my graduating class, Mm-hmm. And, so that was significant. But other than that, I don't really love the song. Cream, I think, sounds really cool sonically. I heard when I was in music production school that he put his like amps underwater in a pool and like covered them in plastic like plastic bags and put them underwater and then put like microphones in plastic bags and put them underwater like a few feet away to capture like the sound traveling through the water.
I feel like this is a bad thing to be broadcasting to other people.
Yeah.
This is gonna inspire a very bad musician like me.
Yeah.
To
But
electrocute
younger,
themselves.
be like, no, let's do this crazy thing. Like,
Prince did
let's
it,
record
and he's a
lightning.
legend.
Yeah, totally. Get your boom mic.
No,
Let's
just
go
kidding.
record lightning. But yeah, I mean, I think Cream is a fine song. 1999 is a fine song. I'm just not excited about this matchup.
Mm-hmm.
No, I get it. I think it's gonna go one way or another. But I do still love the story in 1999. It's very well thought out. Lyrically, I think it's very fun, especially for the time when it was released, I guess. Couple more matchups. We've got Little Red Corvette, again from the 1999 album, going up against Diamonds and Pearls, the titular song from Diamonds and Pearls in 1991. I really feel like if Diamonds and Pearls can win here, it could go far where it's placed in this matchup. I've just come to love this song.
I do too. I think it's a great song. But I think Little Red Corvette is going to win.
It's probably going to win.
Yeah, I think it's going to win.
I just think it's got, the lyrics are so great. And I love the like synth pads, like how it kind of goes like, how it's kind of quiet when it's like, And I guess you should have known by the way you you know what I mean? And then it's like, and then it kind of builds up into the chorus. It's I don't know. I think it's a really well constructed song, and I think it's probably his first. I mean, if you look, it's crazy. If you look at, just the arc of his career, from like, Dirty Mind, like the I Want to Be Your Lover, and then Dirty Mind and Controversy come out, and then 1999 and what was after? What's that?
I was gonna say let's not get too crazy here because 1999 was in 1982 and then it was Purple Rain.
Was that? I thought there was another one between 1999.
Was there another 82
or 83? But either way, I mean, it was just crazy that this was like the predecessor to Purple Rain, more or less. And like, you can tell, I mean, his songwriting between Controversy and 1999 just takes a massive leap. And, Little Red Corvette, you can tell he's ready for prime time,
Well, that song inspired Stevie Nicks. What's the name of the Stevie Nicks song that she wrote after hearing Little Red Corvette that she then like co-wrote with Prince? Or I think she kind of wrote it but gave him songwriting credit because
You're thinking of Tom
so
Petty.
inspired.
I'm just kidding.
Sure, you're not thinking of TLC?
Yeah. No, there is. All right, I'll have it next time.
No, we'll get we will make sure and get to that.
I know parts of something about Prince, and it's that Little Red Corvette inspired Stevie Nicks to write a song. I don't remember what song that one was.
And it was funny that both of you guys brought up the inspiration aspect, and I was about to say that I feel like Little Red Corvette was kind of the center of the spider web that created the Purple Rain album, because you can kind of hear elements of that song in almost every one of the big hits off of Purple Rain. Like you can kind of hear that style that isn't a style. I guess that's the other thing that I keep coming back to. Like, certain songs take on there's kind of hip hop, R&B type songs. There's rocky type songs, but like, it's just great music. But man, do I love Diamonds and Pearls.
It's a banger. I love Diamonds and Pearls too. No shade. Yeah.
Like, it's such a sensual song, like, without being overtly sexual. Like, that's the other thing. Like without being dirty, it's super, like, just sweet and sensual. I don't know. I really have come to have a new appreciation of that song because of this tournament. So before we don't get to talk about it again.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry.
It's one last little note about Diamonds and Pearls. It kind of has a Beatles moment, I think, in it. Do you get that too? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Like,
where it goes,
the whole,
like, the breakdown, it's very Beatles-esque to me, where it's like, I think
the whole song, like, you just opened my mind to a new thing. I think the whole song is very Beatles-esque.
Yeah.
Like, just in the way it's written. So, Jen, we're gonna re-record all of these episodes. Like, we're gonna have bonus episodes.
I can't wait till you get to understand that take. You're really gonna love it.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just here like, yeah.
We're starting a Patreon. It'll be $100 an episode for the bonus episodes,
where I've actually listened to what we're talking about.
I'm just kidding. But no, I am excited to hear what you have to say. Last matchup in our first round, and it's probably going to lean one way, but I think both these songs deserve respect. the last song that we have in our tournament from Purple Rain, Let's Go Crazy, going up against Thieves in the Temple from Graffiti Bridge in 1990. I'm a huge Thieves in the Temple fan. It's a bummer about the draw here, the way it ended up, but I'm interested to hear if there's any strong opinions either way here.
I've heard Let's Go Crazy, and that's a good song.
Ryan?
Hot take.
No, I don't think it's crazy.
People are going to come at you for that.
I know.
Thieves in the Temple was like one of my. I had the single.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like I really loved that song. I felt like it was really cool. I remember my brother really being into. I have an older brother. I think the same age as your older sister, Jake. So same sort of thing where like he was very cool, and he was really into Graffiti Bridge. I remember like it was a big deal when it came out.
Yeah,
was kind of the
unfortunately, my
beginning-
sister was a really square hillbilly white chick.
Yeah.
So
But
I got a little bit of that, but you got the better end. Sorry.
This was also the beginning of like the New Power Generation era of Prince. So it kind of had that like New Jack Swing vibe and like whole new sound. But Thieves in the Temple is just a really cool sounding song. Kind of sparse and creepy. But bad matchup.
That's a
Let's Go Crazy
great way to
is
put it.
next level.
Yeah. It is tough. I love that you called it like sparse and creepy. Like that is a perfect way to put Thieves in the Temple, but it's such an amazing song, and you know, again, one of those ones that was kind of on the border. It was like, do we include this, do we not? But
It's also very cinematic. It kind of reminds me of like a movie, you know. It's like, oh, there's like, it's about like bad guys, you know what I mean? It's like about you know, bad guys trying to like get the good guys. You know, it's not really like the stereotypical Prince song.
Well, and with an artist like this, it's so tough to, you know, kind of examine these songs as like when they took place. Like it's like looking at you know, movies over the scope of 100 years and go, all right, the train driving at the screen was the scariest movie ever, but what about Predator? You know, and that's the thing where, you know, Thieves in the Temple was a 1990 song. I know how strongly you feel about that. Let's Go Crazy was an 84 song. And looking at them through, you know, eyes from 30 years later, it's kind of different, but like Thieves in the Temple, like you said, Ryan, was just such a different song at the time, and especially like as a single from an artist like Prince. So tough draw. I think Let's Go Crazy definitely moves on, but I absolutely love both these songs. And if you haven't heard Thieves in the Temple, please put it in your rotation. So that's going to round out our first round. Oh, real quick, I don't want to forget. So I always try to wear a different hat on every episode. So my beautiful, wonderful, awesome girlfriend, Kaylee, crocheted this hat that I'm wearing. I don't think she knows I'm wearing it, so hopefully I don't get yelled at. Hopefully I don't get yelled at, but she even put the little bop on the top. It's amazing. So
It's a very great hat.
I'm running out of new hats, so I didn't want to not give her that special recognition. So, but that's the last thing from me. Actually, second to last thing from me, Jen, once again, a super happy birthday on Friday. I'm not going to
Thank
text
you.
you or bother you. I'm just going to tell you now.
Sounds good.
I hope it's an amazing day. I hope Bon Jovi comes and sees you, but he's probably going to sleep. He actually sent us a message, but it just was a bunch of Z's. I didn't want to read that one. Because he sleeps on a bed of nails.
Bed of roses. And he's so handsome.
Ryan, anything? Any last words?
No, I don't think so. Prince rules.
Okay. Prince. All right, Jen, any last words?
Nope.
Happy birthday, Jen.
Happy birthday,
love
Jen.
Very much.
For everybody out there in the Pop Tournaments universe, please keep on voting and keep on popping.
Pop up.
Bye, friends.
Wolverine!